Codemagic enables you to automatically publish your iOS or macOS app to App Store Connect for beta testing with TestFlight or distributing the app to users via App Store. In this video, we will learn about publishing your app to TestFlight and App Store using Codemagic. This video is beneficial if you're new to publishing to TestFlight and App Store on Codemagic, and veteran developers can learn a trick or two. TestFlight makes it easy to invite users to test your apps and collect valuable feedback before releasing them on the App Store. The Apple App Store provides users with the place to discover apps, and you can publish and distribute your app, showcasing your creativity to the world. Using Codemagic, you can automate uploading to the App Store, TestFlight, and distributing to different test groups. To start with, let's go over the requirements for publishing to TestFlight and App Store. You require the paid Apple Developer Program membership for iOS apps to be able to publish and distribute apps on TestFlight and App Store. In the previous video on code signing, we discussed creating an App Store Connect API key and managing iOS certificates. If you haven't checked out that video, you can find the link above. After we have added our App Store Connect API key to Codemagic in the user settings or at the team integrations, let's copy the key name and add it to our App Store Connect integrations. The integrations section is required to make use of the keys stored in the Codemagic UI. To submit to TestFlight beta review, you add a variable submit to TestFlight under the App Store Connect section. This value is optional with the default value of false. If you ignore this property or set it to false, then the app is only available for internal testers. Internal testers are the ones who have access to the app on App Store Connect. You can add up to 100 internal testers on App Store Connect. However, you are required to ensure that the value is true for distributing to external testers and to beta groups. You can invite external testers via a TestFlight link or add them using their email address. You can add up to 10,000 testers on App Store Connect. Also note that internal builds are automatically ready for testing when added. However, for external testers, builds need approval from Apple's beta app review. TestFlight also allows you to segregate the users into different beta tester groups and provide them with different builds accordingly. Using Codemagic, you can specify the names of beta tester groups that get access to the build once it has passed the beta review. For example, I want to publish an early feedback build to QA and the rest of the team, so I create two different beta groups like this. To submit to the App Store beta review, you add a variable submit to App Store under the App Store Connect section. This value is optional with the default value of false. You may ignore adding this property if you do not want to submit it to the App Store and only send it for TestFlight beta review. Codemagic also allows you to use a few more optional configurations. You can set the release type after a successful build. These are manual, after approval, or scheduled with the default value of manual. There are other configurations like adding the copyright, the name of the person or entity that owns the exclusive rights to your app preceded by the year the rights were obtained. Submitting to TestFlight, TestFlight beta groups and App Store and uploading release notes are called magic actions. These post-processing jobs do not consume any build minutes. The post-processing step happens after the app artifact has been successfully published to App Store Connect and the main workflow has completed running in Codemagic. Codemagic provides a quick and seamless way to publish your iOS app to TestFlight and App Store. You can now easily automate the tedious task of iOS releases from start to finish. We hope this video helped you learn about publishing to TestFlight, different beta groups, App Store, and providing the necessary information. You can check the documentation for further details and let us know your feedback.